यमुना तेरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जयो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर दशीशिमय दिवांग सभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर दशीशिमय दिवांग भक्ति सिद्धांत सचनिका श्रील प्रभुपाद की कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की रामाचार्य श्री रविदास ठाकुर की यंत्रा श्रीमद् भागवतम की उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. We welcome you all for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We have the class in English. English, English is fine. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 1, entitled Questions by Vidura. Text 14. Iti, let's repeat the words of it. Iti uchivan tatra suyodanena pravrittha opa spurita adarena असत्कृतः सत् स्पृहणीयशीलः क्षत्ता स कर्ण अनुज सौबलेन इति ऊर्जिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन इत्यूर्जिवा इत्यूर्जिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन इत्यूर्जिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृद्धकोपस्फुरितादरेण प्रवृद्धकोपस्फुरितादरेण असत्कृतस्य स्पृहणीयशील असत्कृतस्य असत्कृतसत्स्पृहणीयशील क्षत्ता सकर्णानुज सौबलेन क्षत्ता सकर्णानुज सौबलेन इत्युजिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृद्धकोपस्फुरिराधरेण असत्कृतः सत्प्रहणीयशील क्षत्ता सकर्णानुज सौबलेन इत्युजिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृद्धकोपस्फुरितादरेण असत्कृतः सत्स्पृहणीयशीलः क्षत्ता सकर्णानुजसौ बलेन इत्युजिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृत्तकोपस्फुरितादरेण असत्कृतः सत्स्पृहणीयशील क्षत्ता सकर्णानुजसौ बलेन इत्युजिवां तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृत्तकोपस्फुरितादरेण असत्कृतः सत्स्पृहणीयशील क्षत्ता सकर्णानुजसौ बलेन इत्युजिवांस्तत्र सुयोधनेन प्रवृत्तकोपस्फुरितादरेण असत्कृतः सत्स्पृहणीयशील क्षत्ता सकर्णानुजसौ बलेन word to word meaning. Iti thus, O Jivan, while speaking, Tatra there, Suyodhanena, by Duryodhana, Pravritha, swollen with Kopa, anger, Purita, clapping, Adarena, lips, Asatkrita, insulted, Sat, respectable, Sprihaniya Sheela, desirable qualities, Kshatta, Vidura, Sa, with Karna, Karna, Anuja, younger brothers, Saubalena, with Shakuni. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. While thus speaking, while speaking thus, Vidura, whose personal character was esteemed by respectable persons, was insulted by Duryodhana, who was swollen with anger and whose lips were trembling. Duryodhana was in company with Karna, his younger brothers, and his maternal uncle Shakuni. Purport. It is said that giving good counsel to a foolish person causes the fool to become angry, just as feeding milk to a snake only increases its venomous poison. Saint Vidura was so honorable that his character was looked up to by all respectable persons. But Duryodhana was so foolish that he dared to insult Vidura. This was due to his bad association with Shakuni, his maternal uncle, as well as with his friend Karna, who always encouraged Duryodhana in his nefarious acts. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं श्रीयुतं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो कृष्णपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनीश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा we welcome you all for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. I request the prayers of all Vaishnavas so that I can speak something for this holy scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is told it is non-different from Lord Shri Krishna. Krishne Sadamopagate Dharmajnanadivi Saha Halo Nashta Drishamesha Puranarko Dinotah. In this Kali Yuga, when Krishna, Lord Krishna, who appeared in the Dwapara Yuga, went back home, back to Godhead, to the spiritual world, to the jnana, the knowledge and dharma that is present in this Purana, the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regarded this Purana as Amala Purana, spotless Purana. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada translated it in English language and distributed it all over the world. In more than 80 languages it is translated. And we can see today, due to this, the Prabhupada started this ISKCON movement. And whole world is benefited by this knowledge of the scriptures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam. By reading Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, our consciousness is purified, restored. Shrinvatam Sakata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtanaha, Hridayantasto hi Abhadrani Vidunoti Surutsatam. By hearing these pastimes of the Lord, so pastimes of Lord or his pure devotees, Bhagavatam is full of the narrations of the activities of the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees. So therefore, by hearing these pastimes, this purifies our consciousness. And Hridayantasto hi Abhadrani, whatever Abhadra, whatever inauspicious things are there in our heart, like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So all this becomes cleansed, and our consciousness becomes purified. Vidunoti, just like in when there is rainfall, the autumn season, so the whole atmosphere gets cleansed. Similarly, by hearing regularly Srimad Bhagavatam, our consciousness, our mind gets purified. So today we are hearing from the third canto. The third canto, so this conversation between, now this is the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadev Goswami is happening. So in that, Parikshit Maharaj questions Shukadev Goswami regarding what he asks what the Vidura and Maitreya, what their conversation was. And so Shukadeva Goswami is narrating the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya. And so here, while narrating the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya, Shukadeva Goswami tells why Vidura left the palace of Hastinapura. Because Vidura was, so you all will be knowing from Mahabharata. So Vidura was the brother of, all of you have heard Mahabharata. So who was Vidura? Who is Vidura? Vidura, he was a minister in Hastinapura. Okay. What is his relationship with Dhritarashtra, his brother? Okay. So Vidura was brother of Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra, Vidura, and Pandu. So these three were brothers. So they were, King Shantanu had uh, two. Shantanu had Vichitra Virya and what, two sons. So who were married to Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika. From these three, these Pandu, Dhritarashtra, and Vidura, they were born. So, and so Vidura happened to be brother of Rashtra. So he was, because he was actually born from a Shudra mother, from a maid servant. Therefore, he was a son of a maid servant. So he was not given the post of a king. Because in those days, as per the Varnashrama, the heir to the one who can become the next king should be born from a Kshatriya or a Kshatrani. So therefore, because Vidura had a birth from Shudrani, so he could not become the king. But Dhritarashtra was born blind, so he was also not qualified to become the king. Therefore, Pandu was the king actually. And when Pandu took Vanaprastha, he went to the forest. So and his children, the Pandavas, so they were the next heir to the kingdom. But because Pandu in the forest, he happened to pass away, and therefore his children were still young, and therefore they could not inherit the kingdom. So, as a interim solution, Dhritarashtra was made the king of Hastinapura. So, until the Pandavas grew up, so when the Pandavas became grown up, so the kingdom had to be given to the Pandavas. That was the arrangement which was made by the superiors like Bhishma and the Bhishma, all the Guru elders. But as we can see in the Mahabharata, when the Pandavas uh, grew up and uh, Dhritarashtra also had 100 sons, uh, beginning with Duryodhana, Dushasana, and many others. So in this shloka we see today, they were like his brothers. So Dhritarashtra wanted his sons to inherit the kingdom. It was not the case actually, because he was younger than Pandu, and the kingdom was to be given to the Pandavas. Therefore, because Dhritarashtra considered my sons and the sons of Pandu, we can see that he distinguished between the two children. He was not, as a king, he is supposed to treat all the citizens as his children. And as in the family, when his brother's children, so he is supposed to treat everyone as his own children. But we see in the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. He is telling Mamaka, my sons, and Pandavaschaiva, sons of Pandu. He is distinguishing between his sons and the sons of Pandu. So this is actually not a mentality of a great person. It's mentality of a demoniac mentality. One who distinguishes, one is a friend and another is enemy. So one who sees the difference between friend and enemy. So he's actually uh, not a divine mentality. One one uh, so the king, especially the king, is supposed to see everybody equal, all his citizens. So actually, Dhritarashtra wanted the kingdom to go to his children. That was his part. And here also we see in today's shloka, Duryodhana, he was having bad association. Actually, his name was Suyodhana, as we see in today's shloka. But because he was not properly, uh, he was not a good person. So therefore, the word Duryodhana was like, always used for him. So this Duryodhana, he was uh, he was disrespecting the elders like Vidura. So Vidura, even though he was not the king, but he was accepted as the minister of Hastinapura, a good counselor who could give good intentions for the running of the kingdom. So here, even though he's an elder, his happened to be the relationship between Vidura and Duryodhana is Vidura is his Duryodhana's father's brother, that is his uncle. So that is father's brother as in English we call uncle. So he was actually elder to Duryodhana. So as elder, as younger person, Duryodhana had to respect Vidura. So it is a culture, it is a Vaishnava culture that the younger people respect the older people. So that's what we learn in our uh, Indian culture also. So we learn that we have to offer obeisances to the elders. We have to listen to the elders. We should not talk loudly in presence of elders. We should not. We should behave respectfully with elders. So this culture, uh, as it is taught in Sanatana Dharma. But here we see that Duryodhana is insulting Vidura. So which is we see it is a bad example being set. So from this sloka we can learn how not to behave. A bad example is shown that by doing this, Duryodhana out of anger he told this. He's told Kopa. Kopa Spurita. Means when somebody is angry, so one you can see one's lips become trembling. Like if somebody is in anger, they become like shaking like this. So similarly, we see here Duryodhana out of his anger. This anger, so we see in Bhagavad Gita also Lord says, Kamesha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhava. So these things, Kama, Krodha, then Lobha, these things they arise from the mode of passion, Rajoguna, and these things are like three-way gateways to hell. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, uh, Narakadwaram. So these three, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, they are the gateways to hell. Therefore, we should learn to control our this lust, anger, and greed, or we need to learn to purify this lust, anger, and greed. So if somebody is lusty or angry or greedy, lusty means like I want this, I want this for myself. So that is lust. And anger means if I'm not getting it, then one becomes why I'm not getting it. One becomes angry. And greed means even after getting that something, I want more and more. So here, so these are the anarthas which is told. By regularly chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, what we daily perform. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this purifies our heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. This cleanses our heart. Just like when we broom, if there is dirt somewhere, when we broom, the place becomes clean. Similarly, when we chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, our consciousness, our heart becomes cleansed. And all this kama, krodha, lobha, so this is all washed away. Therefore, our way back home, back to Godhead becomes clear. So we should try to uh, perform the sadhana bhakti regularly and see, we should learn from these examples, like how not to behave. So Duryodhana was very angry and he was insulting his father's brother. Therefore, who happened to be elderly person. And because why he was doing that, he was in the company of bad association. We see. So here, Shashi Radha Nirma Bhagavan. Yeah. So he was associating with another person, that is Shakuni, who happened to be his mother's brother. So this we can see there was good association and bad association also. Because of the bad association of his another uncle, that is Shakuni, Duryodhana was inimical towards the Pandavas and yeah, the Pandavas, even though they happen to be their brothers. So especially Shakuni and Karna. So these two personalities, what is told in this shloka. So they, because of due to their association, so they he behaved in such a way as to disrespect Vidura. Like we see in the Ramayana also, uh, Kaikeyi. So Kaikeyi had so much love for Lord Ram. When he was becoming the king, she was also very happy. But then, due to the association of Mantara, who was her maidservant, because she told that, oh, if Rama becomes the king, then you will have to become maidservant of Kaushalya. So therefore, she, because of the bad association of Kaikeyi, because bad association of Mantara, Kaikeyi, uh, she sent Rama to the forest and she made her own son Bharata as the king. So this idea came to the mind of Kaikeyi because of that association of Mantara. Similarly, due to this bad association, sometimes we get misled on our path. So therefore, we should be very careful not to associate with wrong persons or like this who misguide us. Some people, they talk bad about devotees or they mislead one. They uh, make us they make us insult our devotees. Because Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees, so they don't have any, the nature of devotees, they don't have any, they are not doing anything for themselves. They are doing everything as a service to the Lord. So they want the benefit of everybody. So the quality of a Vaishnava is para dukkha dukhi. So he's always unhappy seeing the unhappiness of others. So he wants to make everybody happy. So that is the goal of a devotee. He wants to see that the whole world becomes Vaikuntha. Everybody is happy serving the Supreme Lord. So that is the intention of devotee. But if somebody talks bad about devotees or makes one becomes inimical towards devotees, so that kind of association we should try to keep away from. So here we see so that is also one more lesson we can learn. And it is told that today's purport, Srila Prabhupada is telling, it is said that giving good counsel to a foolish person causes the fool to become angry. Just like feeding milk to a snake only increases its venomous poison. And on part of Vidura also, so Vidura was trying his best to give good lessons to Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, but in spite of giving all such good counsel, the Kauravas were not ready to listen to Vidura. So they always disregarded his instructions and his good counsel. So it was just like the example is given of feeding milk to a snake. So no matter how much milk you give to snake, ultimately the snake will bite you and poison you and kill you. Therefore, it's no use giving milk to snake. Similarly, it's no use giving good counsel to these snake-like people who will never change. So in our course of preaching Krishna consciousness also, we may come across many people who may not listen to our words. So we should not spend much time with such people because investing lot our energy in them, they may not progress. We should give to who take up easily. So who are willing to receive the mercy of Krishna. So we can, so like that when we are distributing books also, so we come across many people. So who are willing to take readily, we can give the books. And those who are not interested, we may not force too much. So we try to uh, do more preaching to them, but still ultimately they may not receive the mercy. So like that, it's no use giving to such uh, unfaithful people. So here, Vidura was such honorable that his character was looked up by all respectful persons. But Duryodhana was so foolish he dared to insult Vidura. This was because of the bad association. So when somebody is having the bad association, so then that will force one to act badly also, to behave bad in bad ways. So one has to change its in one's association. Srila Prabhupada also in his last days, final days, he was telling, you may look up the 10th canto, 13th chapter purports. There also Prabhupada is giving the same purport. One should always aspire for good association. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada created this International Society for Krishna Consciousness to give good association of devotees. Whoever is coming to this temple, so they get opportunity to associate with devotees and progress in their bhakti, their consciousness. When anybody who comes here, devotees will tell them, please worship Krishna, please chant Hare Krishna, please read the uh, literatures given by Krishna. So one becomes Krishna conscious just by coming into such a society. One automatically gets the association of devotees. So this association, so one can progress nicely on one's path back home, back to Godhead. Otherwise, in the outside world, nobody will tell you, you do bhakti, worship Krishna. Everybody will tell you, just get your education, get your degree, get a job, make money, and be happy in life. People say this. But by doing that, no matter how much money we earn in the outside world, no matter how big a job we may work, so ultimately we have to face the difficulties of this material life. That is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. So we will get diseases, we will have to face death one day. So ultimately, uh, without just working hard like a animal, and then we don't know after death what happens. In ignorance, we die, we leave the body. But coming to ISKCON by reading the literatures given by Srila Prabhupada, we get information. So we are not this body. So we are a spirit soul living within this body. So our goal is to go back home, back to Godhead. So Lord Krishna is our eternal master. I am the servant of the Lord. So that mode we cultivate by coming here and associating with devotees, by chanting the holy names. And this makes our life success. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If anybody would like to ask any questions, we can have, or we can end the class here. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Hare Krishna. So we conclude our class here. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.